You're watching TAG TV.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 7th of November. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrates Diwali festival with soldiers. Pakistan out of balance of payments crisis, says Finance Minister. And NATO chief calls on Taliban to join peace talks in Afghanistan. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday visited Kedarnath temple in northern Uttarakhand province on the occasion of Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights. The Premier, after offering prayers at the shrine, greeted the soldiers of the nation and celebrated the festival with them.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Kedarnath temple in northern Uttarakhand province to offer prayers and celebrate Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights, with soldiers on Wednesday. Modi, after offering prayers at Kedarnath shrine, reviewed the progress of the reconstruction projects in the area, which was devastated in the 2013 flash floods, which killed thousands. After becoming the Prime Minister in 2014, Modi has spent Diwali festival with the armed forces every year. The Prime Minister met and greeted the soldiers on the occasion and said their devotion to duty in the remote icy heights is enabling the strength of the nation and securing every Indian.
देश को शक्तिमान बनाने के लिए, देश को सामर्थ्यवान बनाने के लिए आप यहां रहकर के सीमाओं की सुरक्षा कर रहे हैं। ये सिर्फ धरती के किसी हिस्से की सुरक्षा नहीं, ये 125 करोड़ देशवासियों की सुरक्षा है।
Meanwhile, personnel of India's Paramilitary Border Security Force or BSF exchanged sweets with Pakistani Rangers at Atari Wagah border in northern Punjab province on the occasion. Diwali marks the return of Hindu god King Rama to his hometown Ayodhya city after an exile of 14 years. Devotees during the festival decorate their homes with lit lamps and flowers. They also distribute sweets and exchange gifts with their friends.
In news from Pakistan, Pakistan's Finance Minister Asad Umar said on Tuesday that its balance of payments crisis was over a day before an International Monetary Fund team was due to arrive to discuss a possible aid package. Pakistan had last month said it desperately needs 10 to 12 billion US dollars in order to repay loan installments.
Pakistan's Finance Minister Asad Umar said on Tuesday that its balance of payments crisis was over, a day before International Monetary Fund team was due to arrive to discuss a possible aid package. Asad Umar had announced last month that Pakistan would seek an IMF funding package, its 13th since the late 1980s. But he said on Tuesday that the Prime Minister Imran Khan's securing of a $6 billion package from Saudi Arabia plus promised help from China would cover a projected $12 billion shortfall in foreign currency to service Pakistan's debt.
$12 बिलियन का हमने आपको गैप बताया था। उस $12 बिलियन के गैप में नहीं, इसी साल के अंदर $6 बिलियन तो सऊदी अरेबिया का आ गया, बाकी जो चाइना से आया है इसके अलावा, तो बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट क्राइसिस पाकिस्तान का जो फौरी था वो खत्म हो चुका है। ये बिल्कुल दो टोक अल्फाज में मैं आपको बता सकता हूं कि अब हमारे पास कोई बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट का बहरान नहीं है।
After Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan's visit to Riyadh last month, Islamabad announced Saudi Arabia had offered $3 billion in foreign currency support to the country's central bank and a further loan worth $3 billion in deferred payments for oil. He had earlier said Pakistan was desperate to shore up its foreign currency reserves, which have dropped to below $8 billion, barely enough for debt repayments through the rest of the year. Pakistan's current account deficit widened 43% to $18 billion in fiscal year that ended in June, while the fiscal deficit was ballooned to 6.6% of gross domestic product.
Moving on. Activists have blamed that posing a serious threat to the environment and livelihood in Gilgit-Baltistan, unabated construction of hydroelectric power projects has prompted thousands of Pakistani workers and engineers to settle in the illegally occupied region. They have claimed it is part of Islamabad's devious plans to bring demographic change in the region.
Activists have claimed that posing a serious threat to the environment and livelihood in Gilgit-Baltistan, Pakistan is on an illegal land acquisition rampage in the illegally occupied region. They have expressed concern that a systematic design of Islamabad has induced a demographic shift in the region, forcing indigenous public to live like immigrants in their own territory. An unabated construction of hydroelectric power projects has prompted thousands of Pakistani workers and engineers to settle in Gilgit-Baltistan.
हमें फी ज़माना गिलगित-बाल्टिस्तान की हुकूमत के साथ अपने नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज के ऊपर, उनकी मलकियत के ऊपर तनाज़ुर रहा है। प्रॉपर गिलगित मौज़ा जो प्रॉपर सिटी को रिप्रेजेंट करता है, इसके साथ बहुत ज़्यादतियाँ हो गई। हमारी जो बंजर अराज़ियाँ थी खालिसा सरकार के नाम पर, सरकार ने अपने अदारों के लिए अलॉटमेंट कर दी। गैर मुतल्लिका ऐसे अफराद को अलॉटमेंट की जिनका ताल्लुक हमारे मौज़े से नहीं था। न वो लोग मलकियत रखते थे हमारी तरह इस ज़मीन के ऊपर, न तोड़ का हवाले दिया गया और उसको बिल्कुल मिसयूज़ किया गया।
Residents blame Islamabad has consistently maintained its oppressive attitude towards people of the region and ignores even their basic demands. A part of the erstwhile Jammu and Kashmir province of India, Gilgit-Baltistan was annexed by Pakistan illegally more than 6 decades ago.
In news from Afghanistan, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg on Tuesday urged the Taliban to stop killing fellow Afghans and to join peace talks. He said NATO stands together with Afghanistan in the fight against terrorism.
NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg on Tuesday urged the Taliban to stop killing fellow Afghans and to join peace talks. Speaking at a news conference along with Afghan President Ashraf Ghani, Stoltenberg said NATO remained committed to the mission, which it saw as a guarantee of security of member states as well as the Afghan people. A total of 39 countries contribute around 16,000 troops to the NATO-led Resolute Support Training and Advisory Mission.
I call on the Taliban and other insurgent groups to stop killing their fellow Afghans. The use of suicide bombers in urban areas and the indiscriminate use of roadside bombs demonstrates a careless disregard for civilian lives. The Taliban must understand that continuing the fight is pointless and counterproductive. To be part of Afghanistan's future, they must sit down at the negotiating table.
NATO ended its main combat operation in Afghanistan in 2014 and since then has provided training and assistance to Afghan security forces. The Taliban have ramped up attacks in strategic provinces in their battle to expel foreign forces, topple the Western-backed government and restore their version of hardline Islamic law.
More on news from Afghanistan. New National Front Party of Afghanistan on Tuesday broke its alliance with the Grand National Coalition due to disagreements over certain issues. The party said some of the reasons to break away from the alliance is disagreement on certain requests, including the change in the political system and the establishment of a Prime Minister position ahead of presidential elections next year.
The new National Front Party of Afghanistan on Tuesday announced it has split from the Grand National Coalition of Afghanistan or GNCA alliance due to disagreements over certain issues. This comes as politicians, political parties and coalitions in the country are working on presidential candidate nominations for next year's presidential elections. According to the new National Front Party spokesperson Syed Jawad Hussaini, the decision to break away from the alliance was because they did not agree with certain requests by the coalition, including the change in the political system and the establishment of a position of Prime Minister.
شورای عالی جبهه ملی نوین افغانستان در مجلسی که دیروز دایر کرده بود تصمیم گرفت که از ائتلاف ملی خارج شود و فعالیت‌های سیاسی خیش را مستقلانه تنظیم نماید.
Representatives from GNCA on Monday met President Ashraf Ghani and some other former top-ranking officials to discuss about the elections. During the meeting, GNCA reportedly proposed the creation of a post for a Prime Minister and suggested the number of Vice Presidents be increased from 2 to 3. GNCA representatives said they will support a candidate whom they believe will commit to its plans.
A week-long painting camp was organized in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province to revive the age-old painting culture in the Kashmir Valley. The camp was aimed at providing a platform to the budding local artists for them to learn from renowned painters from across the country.
With an objective of reviving the age-old cultural and traditional activities in Kashmir Valley, a week-long special painting camp has been organized in Srinagar city of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. The artists hailing from different parts of the country are taking part in the painting camp organized by the North Zone Cultural Center under the Ministry of Culture. The event is aimed at exposing the artists to the natural beauty of the valley and providing an opportunity to the budding local artists to learn from the best in the business.
ये पहली बात तो कश्मीर में हो रहा है तो वो एक बहुत बड़ी बात है क्योंकि जैसे कि हम बात कर रहे थे, आपने कहा कि यहाँ पे जहाँ नज़रें घुमाते हैं वहाँ पे अपने आप एक पेंटिंग हमें देखने को मिलती है नेचुरल जो क्रिएट हुई है, तो वो एक बहुत बड़ी इंस्पिरेशन है हमारे लिए, हम जैसे आर्टिस्ट के लिए यहाँ पर आकर काम करना।
हफ्ते का पेंटिंग कैंप यहाँ चल रहा है। इसकी खासियत ये है कि इसमें कश्मीर के जो पेंटर्स आर्टिस्ट हैं उसके अलावा जम्मू से, चंडीगढ़ से, हिमाचल से भी आर्टिस्ट शमूलियत कर रहे हैं और एक बड़ा पॉजिटिव सा एक माहौल बना हुआ है। सब लोग उस पे काम कर रहे हैं और ये थीम आपको बता दूं, ये गांधीयन थीम पे पेंटिंग्स हो रही हैं।
Kashmir has a history of having its own distinct school of painting in the 8th century, and it is still considered as one of the best places by the artists, painters and filmmakers to promote their art forms.
An annual horse fair in Rampur city of India's Himachal Pradesh province concluded on Tuesday. The star attraction of the 3-day event was the Chaumurthi breed of horse, which is also known as snow horse. The main aim of the fair this time was to save the Chaumurthi horses, which are nearing extinction.
The renowned annual horse show of Rampur city in India's northern Himachal Pradesh province concluded on Tuesday with a horse race and several other sports. The 3-day fair was thronged by horse lovers and buyers for its star attraction, Chaumurthi or the Spiti horse. Chaumurthi horses are found in Pin Parvati Valley in Lahul Spiti, Kinnaur and Kulu valleys of Himachal Pradesh.
तो अभी ये जो मेरा घोड़ा है वो स्पीति चामूर्थी नस्ल का घोड़ा है, हमारे सबसे अच्छे नस्ल माने जाते हैं। तो अभी ये इस मेले में सबसे हाईएस्ट प्राइस में किया, यानी कि 50,500 रुपये में।
हमें देखकर बहुत ही अच्छा लगा। जब घोड़े की रेस हुई तो बच्चे सारे पागल हो गए थे हंस के।
The main aim of the fair was Chaumurthi horses, which are nearing extinction. The fair holds immense significance for local breeders and stud farm owners as they fetch good prices for their horses and often earn the money for the rest of the year.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on southasianewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.